Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin, and welcome to Cavalcade of Food, a very, very snowy edition here of the program. We got dumped 2 days ago with 8 inches of snow, and we're told another 8 to 10 is on its way. So, look at Main Street. I guess I should get out of the way here. It's pretty quiet here in Croswell Town, but I did want to do a Windows update for all of you because, of course, the Christmas windows came down some time ago, and it's taken me a few weekends to put together the new display windows here at the Cavalcade. And I'm going to apologize up front. The windows are really dirty. They get terribly dirty in the summertime. The city hasn't come by yet. They'll plow, or actually they use a big sweeper to sweep the sidewalks. And they haven't done that, but when they do, it throws kind of snow and stuff on the windows, so they're terribly dirty. I can't wash them when they're this cold because they're just too, the glass is too sensitive and the water freezes up, and anyway, so bear with me, and I'm sorry we're going to be looking through the windows that are a lot dirty. But anyways, both windows have the same theme, and that is the Cavalcade Radio Hour, Saturdays 9 to 10 on WMIC right here in Sandusky, Michigan, the seat of Sanilac County. Many of you listen online, and you can go to cavalcadeoffood.com and click on Cavalcade Radio Hour, and the Listen Live link is right there. And thank you for telling me that you listen. And so I've put out a collection of music media here, mostly phonographs, but a few other little things, as well as some of the artists that are regular features on the radio hour, if you haven't listened. So we've got album covers up there with Andy Williams and, of course, Peggy Lee, my all-time favorite, Tony Bennett, Sinatra, Chet Atkins, 101 Strings, Lawrence Welk, Stan Kenton, yep. And then we've got some hi-fis and stereos. Here's an old Admiral sitting atop a record cabinet. Here's a Voice of Music, little hi-fi. Voice of Music, or VM, were made right here in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And, Tijuana Brass, Herb Albert, and Whipped Cream and Other Delights, probably the most famous album cover of all time. Got an old Dynavox here. This was a gift from my friend and former boss, John. It belonged to his grandparents. So, John, it's in the window proudly, along with a lot of others. There's an old Girard turntable there and little table radio. How's that, folks? Sorry again for the windows. That is a Toyo, made in Japan, 8-track player. Ella Fitzgerald, an artist featured regularly on the Cavalcade Radio Hour, which is produced right here in downtown Croswell. One thing I can't do for the purpose of this video, unfortunately, is you'll see there's 2 speakers over the door. I'm playing, generally, there's a continuous loop of all my programs that play out on the sidewalk. Not too loud, just enough so that when you're passing the building you can hear it. But it's a big YouTube no-no to play licensed and copyrighted music without permission. So I can't do that. But I just wanted to point that out, that's something I do. Here is, again, we're reading the Jeffersonian, our local paper here in Croswell, and listening to records, and probably a lot of, again, there she is, Miss Peggy Lee. It's an old Motorola Hi-Fi there. There's a few table radios there. The one on the top actually belonged to my grandfather. He had a mobile service station in Detroit, and that radio was on all the time in the gas station. Johnny Mathis, of course. This is a Crosley radio. If you pull out the drawer, the top left is a drawer, and it reveals a phonograph there. Cavalcade Radio Hour. Saturdays 9 to 10, that's Eastern Time, folks, from our studios in downtown Croswell. That's how I open every show, let people know where I'm coming from. There's a great old Magnavox Hi-Fi that belonged to my friend Richard, his father. That was his. It was a gift from Richard. And we've got a couple of old, there's an old console radio there. It's a Montgomery Ward airline. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Patsy Cline. Again, another phonograph. There is a one of those Panasonic 8-track, portable 8-track players. Some of you may remember those from the 70s. And the handle is also like a plunger, and if you push the handle down, it changes the track. And that's sitting on top of a Spartan AM, FM radio, and phonograph. These were pieces of furniture. And maybe you had a hi-fi or a stereo in your house that really was a piece of furniture, and something that was really cherished by your family. Share that, please, in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Here's another Voice of Music phonograph, radio, couple of radios there. And the chairman of the board, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Francis Albert Sinatra, in the studio. And we've got a TEAC reel-to-reel tape player. Unfortunately, it does not work, but it looks great. These were, the problem with these is there's a lot of belts and things, and over time they deteriorate. And so it needs to be, it needs to have new belts put on. I'm hoping that's the issue. There's an old hi-fi. And down below there, some of you may recognize that. You may have had a little portable cassette recorder. Ran on batteries or electricity that you could carry around and listen to music or make your own tapes. It's a little portable Zenith. And then we've got, Peggy Lee. I know, I'm obsessed. Boston Pops. Shirley Bassey. There it is. Lights. How can you just not love that album cover? And then on the inside, there's more radios up there. And Dean Martin, Bert Kaempfert, Glenn Miller, Johnny Mathis, Patti Page, Michelle Legrand, Martin Denny, Mario Lanza, Percy Faith. I think there's a Ray Conniff in the corner and a Benny Goodman. It's hard to see from this angle. Anyways, here is the display windows for the radio show, and I'm going to keep these up probably for a while. And this was a lot of stuff to move into the window. Probably no more than the Christmas displays, but anyways, there it is. So, again, the website is cavalcadeoffood.com. You can connect to the radio program. You can connect to my other YouTube channel, Always Analog, and everything else that we've got going on. So from the Cavalcade Studios in beautiful and snow-filled downtown Croswell, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for leaving a comment. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon, right back here on Cavalcade of Food.